So despite Labour's pledge to crack down on legal migration, it's now emerged that roles including equality and diversity manager remain on the skilled visa list. Also, you're more likely to be able to stay and work here if you're a poet or a blogger. Yeah, or a DJ as well. We're joined now by the director of Don't Divide Us, Alka Segal-Cuthbert. We just lost her, unfortunately.
We need poets, Ben.
Poets.
We need poets.
Yeah, I mean...
I like poetry.
Poetry, I mean, yeah.
Should we see what else is on this list?
I mean, what's the GDP contribution of poets in Britain?
Not as big as it should be, in my opinion. Let's have a look at what else is on this list. Mark is still with us while we bring up our guest.
Garage managers and proprietors, hairdressers and salon managers, publicans, betting shop. I mean, really, we can't find betting shop managers and workers in the UK? Why are they given skilled visas to come to the UK?
What do you think, Mark? Why? Is that a skilled job, running a betting shop?
Well, I mean, it might be, but I think it's often because, you know, those that are looking, that you usually do it through agencies. They want to find someone to take over a job, and an agent can often fill that gap much more easily with qualified people from abroad than having to sort of look for people that might be less willing to take on that particular job here in this country. Doesn't mean it's right, but that's often the expedient way of doing it.
You've got diversity, equity and inclusion managers on there as well. The NHS spends £14 million across its various trusts on DEI. And Bev, what is DEI? Just explain it for the viewers.
So that is diversity, equity and inclusion. So it means that it's a phenomenon that was brought in probably in the last 10 to 15 years under the environmental and social governance obligations of massive corporations and, in fact, most companies. But it's much harder for other companies. So you have to have a quota of people who work for you who would qualify as being diverse. And that could be gender, sexuality or race or religion.
And yeah, we are now importing DEI managers under the skilled work visa scheme. Well, let's speak now to the director of Don't Divide Us, Alka Segal-Cuthbert. Good morning. Thank you for your company. Is it totally necessary we're importing DEI managers to come and work in Britain? Should they be given skilled work visas? Is that a skilled job?
Good morning, and thank you for having me on. I did wonder whether we'd kind of gone back in time to April the 1st when I heard this, because everyone I know, it's just like the idea of importing more of these EDI experts is just madness. It's like, the ones we've got, like, get rid of, please. What good are they doing? I think when you think, it's not just a question of money. I mean, we know that kind of £27 million has been spent by the civil service on this type of work, and 13 million by the NHS. But it's not just a question of money, because the really kind of weird and ironic thing is that this category of job comes under the title Human Resources and Industrial Relations. Now, we published a report recently on the Equality Act, which includes the effects of EDI in workplaces. And when you think of the fact that between 2017 and 2024, we've had over 200,000 employment tribunal hearings, many of which will have come about because of the influence of equity, diversity and inclusion policies in the workforce, we can see that this is, far from creating harmonious industrial relations, it's the complete opposite. It is causing real disruptions and antagonisms and fractiousness in the workplace culture, which is, a serious problem, on any account.
No,
we don't need more of them. We definitely do not.
So in May, they drew up, the government, a temporary list of what they called shortage occupations was drawn up. So I'm on board with that. We go, right, what do we need more of? What do we need less of? We need more people to work in care homes, I think. We need more people to look after our elderly. We probably need more teaching assistants. We need the lower end of society and the top end of society. We need to look after those people. Does a blogger come under the definition for you? So if you don't know what a blogger is at home, it's somebody who makes a living writing their words on the internet, and maybe their life is their job. You might say it's a journalist, but it's sort of not really. What do you make? Is a blogger a valid occupation?
No, of course it isn't. And it's very easy to laugh, and we should laugh at the stupidity of this thinking. But there is a more serious problem underneath this. One is that it shows you, if you like, the cultural status and value that leaderships over decades have been given to this strata of work, people involved in symbolic production, if you like, or in the intelligentsia, the people, academics, cultural workers, etc. So there's been a kind of overvaluation of that, which we can see reflected in this kind of categorizing today. But even more fundamental than that, what this shows to me is how out of touch our government is with the reality of a society that it's meant to be governing, right? How out of touch is it with the reality of the experience of like thousands, if not millions, of ordinary workers who go to work and have to face this. I want to say a swear word, but I won't. When they're told suddenly, oh, we've got a real problem with racism, white supremacy, do this training, etc., etc. It's utter gaslighting, it's utterly unfounded, and it's utterly divisive. So no, we definitely do not need this. And it's really worrying that we have a government that is not able to firmly say, we're getting rid of them.
Thank you, Alka. We've run out of time. Alka Segal, Cuthbert there from Don't Divide Us, talking a lot of sense.
Thanks, Alka. On this, a Home Office spokesman has said the introduction of an interim, time-limited and conditional temporary shortage list will make sure the immigration system works better for the UK, with international recruitment only providing support where absolutely necessary.